Welcome, 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 welcome. Let's get visible in the Let's Get Visible show. So, welcome. This is Jane Gardner, and welcome to the Let's Get Visible show. And we are going to get started because we had issues last week. So, we are going to get started with the presentation right away. So let's get visible. So yeah. I'm Jane Gardner. I work with my husband in our structural engineering firm for the last 22 years. And we travel, we work together, we live in Western Canada, we have dogs and cats, and I'm an artist. And that's enough for you to know. In 2018, I got interested and excited by the possibility of having my show on Roku and Fire TV, and started out with that primitive direct publishing that they had at the time, which has gotten better as we evolve with Roku and Fire TV. And I have 4 TV channels on Roku and Fire TV. And from my experience over the last few years, I've developed my own TV channel system that will get you from invisible to visible on TV. Obviously expand your reach. So that's me. And on the Let's Get Visible show, we have been talking about storytelling. We talked about that quite a bit because everything that you do is a storytelling. And then we talked about mindset and why aren't you visible? Is your mindset holding you back? And we're into website right now. And then after that, we'll be talking about using your voice to get visible, from interviews, going on YouTube, doing podcasting and books and audiobooks, obviously. And then we are talking about your face. Get your face on camera, on video, get your own show, do social media and speaking. And then after that, for some reason, we're doing the last, which is the most important, which is text that will live forever after you're gone, is book publishing. And we'll talk about venues like Medium, where you can talk about your business and be visible there, as well as other places. By the time we get to it, there'll probably be at least 5 or 6 different platforms that you can go on and just write and get paid for it. So we are then going to talk about in being in person, whether it's getting on Zoom, doing meetups, having a summit, doing events, and networking. We should probably talk about networking first, but it's going to be last. And we will interview successful show entrepreneurs, and we will do demonstrations of different tools, techniques, and trainings on being visible. And so that is why it's going to take a year, at least. So let us see what is happening here. For some reason, we are not recording, so I will just go and click record again and confuse it completely. And yeah, I think we are recording. So why should you be visible? Well, stop hiding behind your slides. You need to be the face of your business. You need to show your personality. You need to show up on a regular basis. You need to share your knowledge. You need to share your value, so people will come back again and again to see your trainings. And so that's why I'm doing this, to be consistent, to be authentic, and to be visible. And so we then talked about mindset, because mindset is everything. If you're not willing to step out and share your message and be visible, be consistent and authentic, then you have to look at yourself and ask, is your mindset holding you back? Why do you feel you're not worthy enough to share your message? And ask yourself why you are not sharing your message, which may be of value for others in their business. And you're holding back your knowledge instead of sharing it with the world. So that's what we talked about previously. And now we're talking about a website, because a website can make you visible. And it's the most important thing in your business, I believe, in terms of showing that you're visible and you're authentic and you're consistent, because a strong online presence is crucial. And a website is a key component to being competitive and obviously to being visible. And so it allows you to showcase your brand, and it helps to market your products and services to new customers. So today we're going to talk about the key content about you to put on your website. We already talked about what pages to put on your website, what branding to use for your website, and today we're going to talk about the key content. So the purpose of your web pages, each page should answer a question, and key pages and the questions or content should answer. Your web pages aren't just there because every website has them. Each page has a clear purpose. It answers a question your visitor has. So we're going to discuss about having the key pages and the questions their content should answer. So we have already talked about a home page. So what is this website all about? That's what your home page should say. That's assuming that's where they're going to land first. It should be fairly detailed about that. And then your about page, it should be about who are the people behind the site and what do they do. I'll be honest with you, I usually look at the contact page first and how I can get in contact with someone in the company. And then I go to the about page to ask myself, well, what are they all about? And who are these people who are behind this company? And then, of course, you need your product and service or service page on what you offer and what are the features and benefits of each. And then you should have a blog page if you choose to have one. What topics are the company knowledgeable about, and what can I learn from the blog posts when I come and see their website? And then testimonial reviews are always good. And what do other people have to say about the company and its products and services? There's a reason that Google has reviews on a company when you click on their company search, because it helps to sell people on trusting that company. And of course, you need privacy policy and terms and conditions. What is the information that the company is collecting, and how will they use it? And what are the terms and conditions for using the website, and rights and responsibilities do I have as a user? So you always have to make sure you have all those pages, if you can, of course. And obviously now privacy policy and terms and conditions are somewhat mandatory. And then you want to look at having a call to action on each page and leading the visitor towards your primary purpose for the site. Choose page titles to avoid generic labels that mean nothing to your business. For the example, the About page could be called Who Are We?, Our Team, or My Story. And get ideas from other websites if you want to make the tabs more explicit, but don't try to be too innovative or no one will understand it and they will leave. So you have to make it something that in general people would understand. So use these tips coming up for writing effective website pages that engage your visitor. Provide them with the information they need and help you achieve your goals. So let's look at some of the tips. So first off, you understand who your target audience is and what they want, what they're looking for. This understanding will help you to write in a tone and style that appeals to them and addresses their needs. If you're dealing with a sports-related website, you want to make sure it's got a lot of information and terms they use just specifically for that sport, for example. Write in a clear, concise, and easy to understand style. Avoid using complex language or industry jargon, and break up long blocks of text into smaller, more manageable chunks. Highlight the benefits of your product or service, not its features. Explain how it will make your visitor's life easier or solve a problem that they have. And you can, of course, use headings and subheadings to organize your content so it makes it easy to read, and images and videos and other visual elements to complement the text, but don't do too much because it might slow down the loading of the website page. And make sure your call to action is clear and is on every page, whether it's subscribe to our blog or it's go and see our product or service, etc. You have to make sure there's always a call to action of something to make your visitor to do, whether it's to go read your blog. So it should always choose titles for your pages to avoid generic pages and get ideas, of course, for what you're doing. And of course, you've got to optimize for the search engines. You have to help people to find your new site via Google search, by a Microsoft search, etc. So you don't want to launch a new site that users can't find because it doesn't appear via Google search. As well as typing into a search bar, people use their voice to conduct searches with digital assistants such as Alexa and Siri. This means that the entries are more conversational, so you want to make your website more conversational rather than too complex in your language. So your search engine optimization is essential to improve your new website's visibility and attract organic traffic. However, you don't have to do it yourself if you're uncertain. Any good web developer will include this in their services, or you can outsource the task to a freelancer. So if you want to do it yourself in terms of optimizing your website for search engine, then here are some tips, of course. So you can identify the keywords your target audience is searching for and integrate them into all your website content. Use online tools to help you conduct keyword research. For example, Google Trends, Ahrefs, Keyword Generator, or Ubersuggest. These tools will let you know if the keyword phrases you develop will obviously generate audience interest. You can create unique descriptive titles and meta descriptions that include your target keywords. You should always make sure that you have an SEO optimized plugin for your website, whether it's all-in-one SEO or any other. Yoast has an SEO that helps you do your keywords. And use descriptive keyword-rich URLs that accurately reflect the content of each page. And use header tags, H1, H2, H3, to structure your content and make it easier for search engines to understand. And optimize your images by using descriptive file names and alt tags and filling in the description for the image. And also, of course, you can build high-quality backlinks to your website by doing resources that are similar to yours and then using a link back to your website, etc. So those are some of the ideas for dealing with getting more search engine traffic. But remember, of course, that each page should have a clear purpose, and SEO is essential to improve site visibility and attract organic traffic. So some of the action steps that you can take for your website that you have now is you can review your choice of main web pages and make adjustments if needed. For each page, decide on the question it should answer. Then use bullet points to map out the content, and then plan how you will optimize your content for search engines. So this is also, of course, what you could do for a new website, or you could get your website developer to give him or her these action steps and find out what they would do for you in terms of optimizing for these, so that you get the same kind of interaction with your website that you could get with traffic to get more visible. So the Let's Get Visible show is going to be and is every Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific or 11 a.m. Eastern, because I value visibility, authenticity, and most importantly, consistency. And so you can get on the email notification list at http://jgtips.com/lets, and on that list you will get tips, freebies, checklists, notifications, and offers to help you grow your business by becoming visible. As well, I have, of course, the Let's Go Live show on Wednesdays at 8 a.m. Pacific or 11 a.m. Eastern, which is somewhat in the same tone in that it's all about visibility and getting yourself out there on camera. And you can find that at https://jane-gardner.com/live. And of course, I always have a Zoom link, so that if you want to come on and ask questions, you're welcome to. It's not just a broadcast on as well. It is on YouTube Live and Facebook and LinkedIn. So I'm hoping to make this consistent as long as those platforms will let me, and we're going to continue. So thank you for listening, and this is Jane Gardner, and we are looking at getting back to work at my business here. But for now, I want to say thank you, and let's get visible.